In this video, we're going to continue talking about factoring trinomials using the guess and check method. Specifically, we're going to look at examples where the x squared has a number in front. All right, so it's important to remember that when we're doing this, what we're really doing is we're sort of reverse foiling the problem. We're asking ourselves what two binomials that when I multiply them together will result in a product that equals this trinomial. All right, so starting with this acronym, the F stands for first. So I want to know what times what can give me my first term. Well, 2 times 1 gives me 2, and x times x gives me x squared. So 2x times 1x would give me 2x squared. That's the F part of FOIL. Then I check the L. I ask myself, what times what in the last spots will give me negative 12? Well, off to the side, 1 times 12 gives me 12, 2 times 6 gives me 12, and 3 times 4 gives me 12. Now, I need to pick a pair that when I plug them in and I check the O and the I, I'll get the 5x in the middle. But I have to remember that I have this 2x out front. Now, this takes some experience to get better at making the educated guess part of the guess and check method. But I noticed from experience that if I take 2 and I multiply it by 4, that gets me to 8. And if I subtract 3 from that, I'll be at 5. So I'm going to put the 4 in the last spot. The reason why I'm doing that is because then when I multiply the outer 2, that gets me to 8x. I'm going to put the 3 in the first spot because that will give me to 3x. Now, the last times the last has to give me a negative 12. So one of these needs to be positive, one of these needs to be negative. I want a positive in the middle. So I'm going to make sure the 4 is positive, so I get a positive 8x. I'm going to make the 3 negative, so I get a negative 3x. And when I combine those, I should get the 5x that I get in the middle. I do, so this is the correct factoring. Now, remember on these problems, as you're building your experience doing them, if you make a mistake, it's called the guess and check method. Check the inside, check the outside. If it doesn't work out, just try a different pair of numbers. All right, let's look at number 4. So once again, I'm going to factor it into two binomials. I have 3x squared. So 3x times x gives me 3x squared. I have to think about what numbers multiply to negative 2. Well, that's 2 times 1. And either the 1 could be negative or the 2 could be negative. And then I need to figure out where I should put those numbers so that I can get 5x in the middle when I check the inside and the outside. Now, I'm going to do it wrong. I'm going to put the 2 here and the 1 there. Let's say I make the 2 positive and the 1 negative. Now, if I check it, I'm going to get 2x in the middle, and I'm going to get negative 3x on the outside. If I combine those, do I get the 5x in the middle? No, I get negative x. And that's okay. I know that pairing doesn't work, and I try something else. So maybe instead, I try 3x and x, because that gives me 3x squared. And then, like I said, as you get more experience with these, your intuition will get a little bit better. Notice that if I take 2 times 3, that gets me to 6, and if I take 1 away from that, I'll be at 5. So I know I want to put the 2 in the far spot, so that will get me to 6x, and I want to put the negative 1 on the inside because that'll give me negative 1x, and when I combine 6x and 1x, I'll get to 5x in the middle. Okay, so my factoring would be 3x minus 1 times x plus 2. If I multiply those together, I would get 3x plus 5x minus 2.